What's up, family? So, in this one, we're going to talk about how to improve your mental health in 3 to 6 months, or depending on the kind of person you are. So, let's get into it. Now, physical pain and injuries are really tough. They can feel really debilitating sometimes, really painful, but at times we can work through it, right? As long as it's not super severe or something where you physically cannot do something, we can work through it sometimes. But when it comes to mental health is so tough, man, because it affects you on a daily, it affects you all the time. Even a strong, able-bodied person can be brought to their knees because of how they feel mentally, the things that they're going through, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, or things that are going on around them. It's tough to process sometimes, or even things that have happened in the past. Your mental health can even affect if you're like a really intelligent or smart person or skillful, because it can make you feel like you're not good enough to accomplish the things that should be easy for you, in a sense. So it's a couple of different things to tackle, but I definitely wanted to address it. I can't give direct advice to every single person that watches this, but I can talk about the things that I've done or things that I've gone through and how I've been able to improve upon that. So these are just a few things you can do to ease your mind, heal, and help you grow past some of those negative cycles. So the first one is create daily habits and routines that can simplify things for you. I think it's good to keep in mind that there's a million different things going on in our heads right now. And it's good to help our brain organize things. If you're living in chaos or living a lifestyle that you don't really keep track of anything, it's going to be really hard to advance in life. So creating a routine could be something as simple as when I get up in the morning, I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm going to go eat something, I'm going to work on a project. It can be really, really simple. But some people, they live in disorganization, right? They have no sleep schedule. They have no diet. They do things all willy-nilly with no rhyme or reason. And for some people that actually works. They don't like to have things be the exact same every single day. But for others, if things are really tough for you right now, it might be a good idea to have a routine or a habit that you have that can have positive effects on your life. The second thing is finding an outlet, somebody to talk to, or even people to talk to. Now, I know that at times it's difficult to talk about things that are bothering us, and that's why I mentioned having like a group to talk to, right? With everything being online nowadays, there's different communities and different tribes that we can all join and discuss our issues and have more of a sense of community. When we put so much of a burden on ourselves to try to solve every single problem by ourselves, we're gonna get a lot of things wrong because we don't have all the answers. Somebody else has gone through the things you've gone through, and if they can't tell you what to do, they can tell you what not to do. So that's important to keep in mind. It doesn't always have to be your friends or even your family to talk to, right? Sometimes it feels better when we talk to somebody who we don't know about our issues, because we feel like, maybe they won't judge us as much, or maybe they won't, take it and say something to somebody else, right? It's easy to detach yourself from that situation. But yeah, we're gonna move on to our next one, which is, I would definitely advise you to start writing things down. Anything creative that comes to your head, write it down. Any idea that comes to your head, write it down. If you have a business start, anything, just write it down. Before I was doing that, I would just keep things in mind. Like when an idea would come to my head, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll remember that. You never remember it. We never remember stuff that comes to our head like that, because it comes to our head in an instant and it's gone in an instant. So by writing it down, you basically save that memory of yours. It's like playing a video game. You save your progress every time you get a little bit further. When you don't write it down and you don't memorize it, it can be gone just like that. The next one is find something that you love to do, or specifically something that you love to do in the past. For me, I always had like little hobbies I did in the past, whether it was watching certain YouTube channels or lifting a certain way or watching a certain TV show or listening to certain music, right? Sometimes it's good to look into our past to advance to the future. At one point in my life, I was going through something really difficult, and finding that music that I used to listen to all the time really, really helped me. What really helped me too was finding YouTube channels, things that made me laugh or things that made me smile, or things I really enjoyed doing in the past. Even if it's something that would be considered childish, finding your inner child can really, really help you. And I guess it doesn't really have to go that far to being a child. It could be something 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Just find something that you loved doing in the past that you neglected for a long time. So the next one is find a hobby that involves physical work. It can be something like going to the gym or running, or even something like really interesting, like woodwork or something. Just find something interesting. One thing I found over the years is that when I've done physical work, it allows me to like not think. And if I do think, it's more so like passing thoughts or just really simple things. It allows me to clear my mind basically and focus on the task at hand. And that leads me to my next one, which is find a hobby that is more artistic. This could be something like cooking or painting or drawing, something like that. I think having both of them, physical work and having something that requires more artistic sense or thinking, it allows you to kind of have the best of both worlds. All right, our next one is practice more self-awareness and having honesty with yourself. I think a lot of times in life, we always look at ourselves as the hero in the story. We never saw the negatives that we've portrayed or the things that we've done wrong. It's always put onto somebody else. So I think having that ability to practice self-awareness and know that, okay, I need to improve in these different areas, it can definitely put you a lot further ahead. All right, next one. Remove anything negative that influences you. Now, this can be social media accounts that you follow that are always talking about negative things. It can be people in your life that are always negative, people who cause chaos, agents of chaos. It could be somebody you're in a relationship with, right? A lot of times we stay with people simply because it's like a sunk cost thing. We spend so much time with them that we don't want to start all over again. If you're with somebody who's causing so much negativity in your life, you gotta start thinking of exit plans. You're better off being alone sometimes than being with somebody who causes so much strife and stress in your life. Breaking the negative cycles in our life requires us to step away from the things that have caused it. A lot of times we want to feel like bad things just happen to us, right? But we have to address our place in the bad things that happen. And finally, it's good to avoid having vices and having dependency issues. This can be involving, drugs and narcotics and, alcohol. People tend to indulge in whenever they feel bad about something. It's a negative cycle. They feel bad, they drink, they feel bad, they smoke, they feel bad and do all these things. It's not really helping you, man. It's just putting you back in a cycle. You got to break the cycle at some point. Those negative vices feel like they are improving your life when it's really not. But the thing is, if you're watching this video, you're already progressing towards that point. It's just a matter of you taking the steps to get there. But yeah, guys, I think it's important to have these kinds of discussions about mental health and improving your mental health outside of just calling each other king and just doing like performative things. We have to start taking action on things that can really improve us on a day-to-day basis. Random platitudes and all those things people tend to spew out, it's not really going to help you, right? We want to have actionable advice and actionable things that can put us in a better position. And those are the things I've kind of done over the past few years to get myself in a much better mental space. You can avoid and escape a lot of things in life, but you can't escape your own mind. But yeah, y'all, if you enjoy this content, again, drop a like below, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, follow me on my socials at Monoqor, and subscribe for more.